Thanks. Here we go.
I am Shadow Stevens. You're listening to Jimmy the Real Deal. One of a kind and one in a million. Say it with me. One of a kind and one in a million. Thank you.
Wow, guys, we got a really great show packed for you today. We have, of course, the great Jimmy Diele and the great Frank Stallone.
Oh,
Welcome.
Hey, welcome, guys.
Welcome to the broadcast, Frank Stallone. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, I hear you great. I hear you wonderfully. Yeah.
I absolutely love your new biofilm, Stallone. Frank, that is a wonderful little talent in your life. And I love the Frank Sinatra cufflinks. Tell us all about that.
They were a gift from some gal. And I figured, I was doing this concert and I figured, it's all black tie. I might as well wear the cuffs. And I did, and it went over great. You know, it was just a really nice gift, actually. It was very cool.
Wow, you started music around the age of 6 years old, right?
Yeah. I started 6 years old. I turned professional at 15.
Wow. And Elvis was a big influence on your life?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, yeah. Elvis. I mean, if the three people with the biggest influence would be Sinatra, Elvis, and the Beatles.
Wow.
And everything else in between, But
sure.
It would have been great. It was a great time, to come around as a musician, during that era. The Beatles, Elvis, I saw it all.
Sure. And doo-wop was also an influence on you, right? You liked a lot of the doo-wop stuff.
Yeah. Before the Beatles came out, there was a moment in between when Elvis was in the Army and before the Beatles. Well, there were a lot of groups. Well, of course, Motown, but then there was a lot of doo-wop groups. Little Anthony and the Pirals, the Skyliners, the Platters, and stuff like that. So at that point, if you weren't really a musician per se,
right,
you would sing. So I could sing. So I would do a lot of that stuff in Philadelphia at that point. Yeah,
that's awesome. So you really lived down in South Philly where they filmed Rocky, right?
I never lived in South Philly. I lived in Northeast Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, but the funny thing is with Rocky's not from South Philly. He's from Kensington.
Kensington, right? Underneath the train press.
Because he runs down 9th Street, but he's actually from Kensington.
So who were some of your favorite doo-wop groups, really? Who did you like really listening to?
Well, I love the Skyliners. I love the Platters. I love the Dion and the Belmonts. I love Frankie Lyman. All that good stuff.
Awesome. Doc G, you have something for Frank Stallone?
Oh, my God. I just found out he grew up in my neighborhood. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I lived right on when I used to box, I used to do my road work right on State Street, that high school.
Yeah.
Right on so I go down Hermitage to State, make a right. And what school is that? I forget what it was.
I don't remember either.
Yeah. And then there were the Cadwalder Arms and stuff. Well, then it was quasi-livable. It just got progressively worse. When I first moved on Hermitage Avenue in Trenton, it was about 1969, something like that. And it was kind of nice. It was just a kind of a potpourri of different people. And then progressively got worse, like everything else. I mean, you couldn't even walk in Cadwalder Park at one point. But it's amazing. That's where I used to do my road work at like 4 a.m. I lived on Hermitage in an $80 a month apartment. And I was living in that apartment when Rocky came out. So go figure.
Wow. I wanted to ask you, did you ever go to Feast of Lights in Trenton? They used to have a great Italian festival there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I remember after one of my fights, I'd starved myself down for this fight, and they took me to Rossi's Hamburgers in Chambersburg.
Oh, great place.
Yeah, I heard that's gone.
No. It's in Hamilton now.
Everything went to Hamilton, right?
It's in Hamilton, and it's original owners. The burgers are still that big and thick and really, really good.
I never thought Chambersburg would not be Italian. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's part of life, but that's okay. I mean,
I used to play all those clubs, Charlie's Brothers, Good Time Charlie's, God, you name it, Old and In. I mean, all that stuff, the Brothers Limited, all those clubs. Well, that's how we started, Hogan's. And so that's how we kind of started, I mean, I left New York. I was living in New York, and I put this group together, Valentine. And so I guess the place for me to live was in Trenton. And then from there, I moved to Heightstown, Windsor, East Windsor.
That's where my station is. My studio is in Robbinsville, Hightstown area.
Oh my God, that's where I live.
You gotta
I
come.
thought
you
I
gotta
was
come
going to the
studio.
suburbs. I was going from Trenton. I was going from $80 to $100 place a month.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? An apartment for like $100, $120 a month.
Wonderful.
Wow. In your film, you also had a rough childhood with Sly, right? What should I say? A little dangerous. He used to shoot arrows at you.
Yes, yeah, a lot of projectiles. Yeah, a lot of big brother picking on little brother stuff. Yeah, of course, that all comes with the territory. But yeah, we used to fight a lot. You know, of course, he was older, so of course, being a younger brother, you get picked on all the time. You know, it's one of those things. But you know, I persevered. I mean, I think there's been a few reviews where people think, well, Frank did this movie about himself. I didn't. They approached me. I would have like I woke up and go, hey, you know what? You should do a movie about me. No, it wasn't like that. They came to me. At first, I thought they were crazy. I thought they were like joking around.
Right.
And then they got serious about it. I said, okay, you know, if you want to, that's what you want to do, we'll do it. And the rest is history. It took almost 3 years.
Well, you actually changed your name because of a belt, right? It had Valentine on the back.
I did. I went to Rodeo Ben's in Philadelphia. Ben was a nice Jewish old guy, almost like Nudies Western wear out here. They're both like old Jewish tailors. Hello, kid. What can I tell you? You know, so they made Western clothes. So I went down there to Rodeo Ben's in Philadelphia, and I said, man, I love to get, because I loved Western, everything. Since I was a kid, I've been wearing cowboy boots my whole life. Always loved Western stuff. So he made me this belt that said Valentine, and I thought I was the coolest thing. And then the group broke up. I said, well, I'm going to get my money's worth because it's the only belt I have, and I don't want people to keep asking me what it is. That group Valentine, then the second Valentine, then third Valentine, the one that was in Trenton.
Right.
But before that, I changed my name to Valentine Stallone.
Really?
Because man, I was determined to get my money's worth out of this belt, and that's kind of what happened. It's quite interesting when you think about it. Quite silly too, but I mean that's the way things. I'm just looking to prove it. I have like a YMCA card. I don't even know if they have this way. It says Valentine F. Stallone. I worked at Bloomingdale's and it said Valentine Stallone.
How cool is that? Really?
How weird.
I wanted to ask you, who else was in the band with you?
What, Valentine? Jody.
Valentine.
A lot of guys from Trenton. Jody Gambaluka. Oh, here you go. Look. If you can see this. How do I show that to you?
Hold on.
Can you? Where's my hand? Oh, here it is.
Here you go up. There you go.
There we go.
There we go. See?
Yeah.
Valentine F. Stallone.
Oh, yeah.
YMCA of Greater New York, 1972. So I actually changed my name because I was going to get my money's worth out of this damn belt because I didn't have any money. That was all I had. So, and there's some girls like on Facebook, you know, you catch up with people 50 years. Hey, Valentine, how are you doing? And I kind of forget how nutty I was. I changed my name to Valentine.
Wow. Wasn't John Oates in your band?
John Oates was in Valentine #2.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he was. Yeah, if you see the documentary, of course, you see him in the movie.
Of course.
And that I was wearing pancake makeup, but I wasn't. It was clear as hell.
Well, and Daryl Hall was a big fan of the band.
Daryl Hall came down. We needed a keyboard player. This is the first band, 68. And Daryl came down, but he was playing in a group at that point that was actually making a living. We weren't. You know? So he was in a group called Pal and the Prophets or something like that. And we were like, you know, we still lived at home. We weren't making any money at all. It was like kind of goofy, but that's, you know, that's such is life, right?
Well,
but,
do you guys still keep in touch?
Well, you know, I did that show live from Daryl's house. I did the show.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I mean, I guess we stay in touch, you know, in a certain way. Yeah. I haven't seen them in a while, but I mean, they've had such great success. They're a fantastic band. And who else was in my group? I mean, the Trenton guys who have been Jody Gambaluka. He was from Levittown. That's about as close as you get.
Wow.
And I remember going over that bridge, not the Trenton Makes Bridge, the Morrisville Bridge.
Yeah.
And you forget how narrow it is. Remember, like if you came this way, if like you sneezed, you would hit the other car.
Yeah.
It was a real slow little. I don't know why. I don't think I ever went over to Trenton Bakes Bridge because I'd just go from there to Morrisville.
Wow.
And back. And yeah, I mean, that's where I kind of cut my musical teeth in Philadelphia. But I mean, I'd say probably really pushing forward, probably in Trenton, New Jersey. I wasn't from there. People thought I was from there, but I wasn't there. And man, it was fun then. A lot of pretty girls, a lot of cool places to go. And it was great. I mean, I remember I used to live right near the hospital off Bellevue, right? Is that still there?
I believe it is. It's still there.
Yeah. So, but everyone moved to Hamilton. That was my team. I was on Hamilton Pal boxing team.
No, cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I was on that team. And that was great. It was a lot of fun. But, it was really weird because my managers get really bugged because, I'm a singer by trade. And they're afraid I was going to get hit in the throat, which I was not paying attention. And I could listen to them because I could have. And I wouldn't be doing this show right now, would I?
People don't know you're the real Rocky.
Well, yeah, the poor one. Yeah. The one that really got hit. Yeah. But I don't know. We're getting really, really good feedback on this movie.
It's great. Love it.
Yeah. Did you take out? I think it's not. I don't think it's depressing at all. I think it's actually more kind of motivational in its own way because coming from where I came from, just everything, you had to self-motivate yourself. You could never. With all the disappointments and setbacks, of course, people probably had it harder than me on a lot of different levels. But that's all we had. When you're youthful like that, all you have is drive. You have no sense of mortality. Everyone's still alive. No one dies. Every time I pick up the phone now, it's like, Christ, who died tonight? It's like, I don't even want to pick up the phone or get email anymore. It's always bad news, But then, you're full of what they used to call in the military, piss and vinegar. You don't care. You have no sense of mortality. You just do your thing.
I found the film very inspiring, actually.
Thank you.
It really was.
I took a lot of those people. It's really funny. Here was the thing today. Girl goes, well, he used to date my roomie. Okay, now I got to go. Okay, who was your roomie? She told me your name. I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I don't want to sound cavalier, but it is almost 50 years ago.
Wow.
Unless it was like Bridget Bardot or something, I wouldn't remember who it is. Right. Remember, in those days, there were plenty of clubs and plenty of girls when you're 22 years old. So,
You remember the Chit Chat Club on Olden Avenue?
I remember the
Yellow Street, I think it was.
Yeah, I think I remember that place. And then there was a lobster place on Olden Avenue. What was that place called? Bizarre something where they sold surplus stuff. Ewing Street.
Oh yeah, Ewing Bazaar. Yeah, Ewing.
Yeah, there was a lot of. It was actually nice because being a musician during the daytime, there was really nothing to do because we play at night. So I used to go right on Olden Avenue where Corvettes was, the shopping center.
Yep.
And go to the movie theater. Like for 50 cents, you'd sit there you go to the movie theater.
I miss them old days.
That's all gone. Chopin music. All that stuff is. It just. I think it's a town that's just kind of self-decaying, if you might say, or self-imploding. But I remember it was a big mixture of people: Italian, Jewish, Polish, Irish, German. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Yeah, I remember going down to Lincoln Theater downtown. Yeah, but it was a fun place to be. I don't know how much fun it would be now. When I was there, I think the last time I was there when we were doing Rocky Balboa, and I had a few days off, and the guy let me have a Corvette for the time I was staying in Philly, which was actually pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I remember I drove to Trenton. Yeah, Kerbeck Motors. Yeah, he goes. Yeah, the guy there goes, hey, listen, he was staying in a hotel. He goes, so once he says, what would I say? Give me a Rolls Royce, whatever. So he gave me a Rolls Royce convertible. I was driving around in Philly. I was so uptight with the car because everyone would look at me like this.
So cool.
Jack this guy, So I said, give me a Corvette, a new Corvette. So I drove it around. I drove back to Trenton, and I really drove by Hermitage Avenue really fast. I thought I would sit there and rubberneck. I went, whoa, let me get at it.
That's great. Tell us about following Bruce Springsteen on stage at Kenny's Castaways.
Okay, that's when my name was Valentine. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so Kenny's Castaway in those days was on 85th and 3rd. It was an Irish pub, and I cannot believe that I walked in there with an Irish accent, saying, "Yeah, it's famous singer there," and they whooped. The guy's probably looking at me and goes, "This guy like on acid or what?" Anyway, so I got a job there playing once in a while. It was my acoustic thing. So the band had broke up. So I remember I one night I was playing there and I came into, who's that?
That's me and you, Frank.
Yep. These are
Where?
That was Atlantic City when you did a show down at one of the casinos in Atlantic City, and I hung out with you after the show.
Oh, was that at Trump Plaza?
David Brenner? I'm not sure if that was Trump. It might have. Did you ever do Resorts? I think it might have been Resorts. I know this was a while ago.
Resorts with Don Rickles.
Yes, it was with Rickles. Yes.
50th year anniversary. I didn't recognize you at the stash.
Yeah. I sort of got rid of it.
Yeah. But, yeah. So what was I saying? I was.
I threw him off, Doc.
Sorry, I'm not trying to throw you off. I'm just trying to get more information out there to people about you.
Yeah. Who are these people? There's names down below. Are they just like?
Yeah, that's people just want to say hello to you. Tom wants to say hello to Tom Payton.
Hi, Tom. Nice meeting you. He's a friend of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
And so, God, I lost. How the good show, you and Jimmy. Wow. What?
Oh, that's George Modica. Thank you, George.
Hi, George. Thank you. And yeah, so that's what we were doing, man. We were just doing these gigs, and it was just oh, look at you. Oh my God, look at that barfly.
Yeah, you sent me that a long time ago when you doing.
Oh, God, I must have been ripped. Look at my handwriting.
Yeah,
it must have been like on methadone or something. I don't know. But I had and so I drove really quick past Trenton, New Jersey, because it's changed. I mean, so much, and I just remember hanging out on the stoop in the summertime with all my friends. It's just kind of unfortunately a decaying city. It's a shame.
Yeah.
I remember Moose Hall. That's gone too. Yeah.
In 1975, you get a call from your brother Sly. There's a little film called Rocky he's doing, and you get involved in that. Tell us about that. How did that go down for you?
Well, that happened. I was living in Hermitage Avenue, and I got a call, and he was, basically he was an out of work actor. He'd done a few movies like Lords of Flatbush, Texas, Death Race 2000, stuff like that. And then he called me up. He said, "I'm doing a boxing movie, and I want to write a song." I had no idea what I was in a rock band. We thought we were like really cool, So he said, "Yeah, do something like sing on the street corner." I go, "All right." So I did that, and it was actually kind of fun. I mean, I did that thing, and I forgot about it because we were playing all these clubs, Olden Lounge and everywhere, you name it, Trenton, and then Bordentown, Big Jim's Tavern, all those places like that.
That's going.
Hogan's was our big one. We played there 136 nights. Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes actually in your biography film is when you get back together with Valentine and you do that little reunion. I love that. That was awesome.
Yeah. I hadn't talked to one of the guys in like 30 years. In the first group, American Tragedy, I hadn't seen some of those guys in 50 years.
Wow.
So it was really, so when that door opens and they come in, I really am surprised. I mean, and it was just filled with a lot of things. I mean, I wasn't there on any of the interviews at all. I wanted it to be as natural. If they thought I was an idiot, so bad. What I mean? So I wanted to be as natural as possible. And I think we captured that. And I think that's what, people kind of like that. It's not, it really isn't staged. I mean, it really isn't. I mean, I wasn't there during the interviews. So when I went to the premiere, I was as surprised as anybody.
Amazing. Staying Alive comes along, the sequel to Saturday Night Fever, and John Travolta likes your music. You guys are hanging out, and he loves your stuff.
he loved my stuff. I was like kind of in shock that he did like my music because I was so beaten up by that point. You know, I mean, at that point, 19 years in, with just nothing but setback after setback. Okay, coming here, we're ready. We're on RCA Records. Boom. Everything fell through all the time. So I was there, man. So when he was there, like in the movie, you see, I do a scene where he and John are like talking, and I'm kind of laughing because it sounds like Barbarino meets Rocky. Yeah, I'm real upset about this, you know. Yeah, I swear to God, you know, John, you got that goofy, that smile and those big teeth, and I'm like laughing my ass off. I don't know. I mean, it's something out of it's almost like that bar scene in Star Wars, with all these like aliens and cretins running around. So, and he ended up really liking the music, and I think he liked it for the sense that I was desperate. I mean, I mean, I had nowhere to go. I mean, you could put my education in a thimble. I mean, my brother and I both were lousy students, so it wasn't like we were like highly educated guys. Well, if this doesn't work out, we'll go work for Johnson & Johnson in the lab or something, you know. Right. What we have been doing at Johnson & Johnson is cleaning out the monkey cages or rats, you know, stuff like that. That's what we're qualified to do. So, and so when he liked it, and all of a sudden they started dropping my music in the movie, it was really a shock. It really was. I mean, it was truly amazing. No one was more amazed than I. Charlie's Brothers in Hopewell. I played it many, many times. That was actually the first club we played. Well, as Valentine was, and it was before they expanded it. It was smaller, and then we played Good Time Charlie's other brother, and Charlie's uncle. There was one in East Brunswick. There was one in Mount Holly. There was one in right outside Princeton, and then there was Hopewell.
Amazing.
That's really when I found out the war was over. You know, because I've been carrying my draft card for 4 years. I got drafted in 1969, and you know, this is before the lottery. So you know, I was in military school. I was on the shooting team. Yeah, so I've been the first one that got shot. They go, "Hey, get the Italian guy. You put him up. You know how to shoot a gun, kid? Yeah, all right, get him out there." So so I'll never forget. It was in the parking lot at Charlie's Brother, and I had a draft card for 4 years, so I could have been called up at any time. You know, it wasn't like I was running, but you know. And I remember I was leaving the club, and everyone was in the parking lot. In Hopewell, there was nothing around there then. And everyone was jumping up and down. And I said, "What the hell's going on here?" 1 o'clock. They go, "The war's over." I go, "Wow," because you know sometimes you kind of block that out of your mind. You know that you can. It was good for picking up chicks, but I mean, it
sure,
that could be my last day. You know, so but that wouldn't work now. But I mean, then it did.
Speaking of that, Far From Over came out. You were on a date when the first time you heard it on the radio. That must have been pretty impressive for that girl, man.
Well, yeah, it was kind of interesting. It was Tommy Miller from Windmill.
This guy knows everybody.
Jack has been a fan. He was on the club, but I was on a date with this girl, and she worked for a very, very powerful record exec manager, really like big as you can get, right? So I was on a date where I wasn't really interested in her, but I figured, well, you know, she invited me to this big party for CBS, and I mean, it was huge, every huge star, and here I was, I hadn't had anything, you know, I was like a schlepper kind of there, right? So
yeah,
all of a sudden I'm there and I'm walking around like, you know, and I'm seeing this. And the girl's there with me, but she's not like my date. And I'm like sitting there talking to other chicks. And her girlfriend goes, "You know what? I remember guys like you in high school." And because I was fat and homely, I go, "Well, still are." But no, I didn't. And then all of a sudden, but then the girl was very nice anyway. So we were driving in there before she goes, and all of a sudden Far From Over came over on the radio. First time I heard it. It's really cool. You remember it. And she goes, "Are you ready?" I said, "For what?" She goes, "Fame. That's a hit record." And I go, "Wow, yo." And that's, you know, what makes it more intense is that this is something you've worked for at that point almost 18 years.
Wow.
Remember, when I used to play Charlie's brother, you know how much money we used to make a night? $125. Now,
Wow.
if you take the manager, that's 10% of 125 is what, 11, whatever. So he would take 20 some dollars off the top. So you get 5 guys making like $100. So it's like $18 each for 160 minutes of music.
Crazy.
Alley Cat. I like that. Oh,
Hey, Allie.
very nice of her. And say I'm a great musician. Thank you, darling. And we made nothing.
Wow.
So the story about, do you remember White Horse Bowling Academy?
Yeah, I'm right near it.
Okay. We were going to play there. Foster's buddy. Yeah, this guy, Jack Warwick, knows.
He knows everybody.
So he wasn't my roadie or what? I mean, so anyway,
He works for you, Frank.
Foster was my roadie who died on an airplane. He had a heart attack.
He knows everything.
Yeah, so where was I?
See, that's why I don't want to keep doing that. But
we were
White Horse.
Oh, White Horse. Okay. So we were going to play White Horse Bowling Academy for $140 for the whole band,
Mm-hmm.
which to us was a lot of money. So my brother said, "Hey, you coming down and singing the movie?" I said, and the guys didn't want to do it. They wanted to play White Horse Bowling Academy. Supposedly had a lot of chicks hanging around. And that's what you think about. You look at music.
Absolutely.
And whatever, in those days, right? It's 5 Italian guys in a group. What else? Next. So he goes, he's getting all bent out of shape. I said, "Now, what can I tell you? 140. So they call back. All right, we'll get you 140. I said, "We're making 140. He goes, "No, 140 each." We're there. Excuse me? That's like a month's wages, right? Oh, yeah. So we went down there, did it, got drunk on the corner, in Port Richmond around there, and forgot about it. And the next thing you know, it's nominated for 10 Academy Awards. It's incredible. Amazing. And there was a great station in Trenton, but it was outside Princeton. I forget what it was. And we used to go in there, man. And, in those days, it was different on radio. The program directors could do whatever they wanted.
Right.
And we used to have a blast. I mean, I have no bad. We used to play some of the Princeton frat houses.
Wow. And
the sad thing was that these guys were going to run the country one day. These guys were like, vomiting on themselves, going in their pants. These like rich kids at Princeton. And it was just like, oh my God, these will be America's leaders one day. Jesus.
Wow. Being from New York, I remember WKTU playing Far From Over and Al Bandero playing that song. Yeah, playing that song in New York.
Yeah, I was very close with Al. I don't know what happened to him. I think he moved out here for a while. And then I think he moved. Back. Something.
Yeah, he actually did Rocky IV. He was in Rocky IV with you guys.
I got him that part. Thank you.
Did you really? Oh, wow.
And never heard from him again. But rock and roll. But,
wow. Well, tell us how we could see the documentary, Stallone Frank. Tell us how we can go to your website to check it out.
Yeah. Well, where you can see it is on Amazon Prime. It's on Google Play, and it's also on iTunes. Okay?
Awesome.
And that's where you can see it. And if you want to ever email me or contact me, I am I'm very difficult to find me. And Instagram is Frank.Stallone. Facebook is @Frank Stallone.
Uh-huh.
The website is frankstallone.com. And I also have a guitar company called Frank Stallone Guitars, which is doing actually pretty good. It's a startup company, but it's doing all right. So if anybody's interested in getting a great, great guitar for a reasonable price, go to frankstalloneguitars.com. And I'm really happy that I'm doing this because, the connection with New York and New Jersey is strong because I have fond memories, I mean, Jersey got a bad rap because of the Jersey Shore. But first of all, nobody goes to Seaside Heights. Hello. I mean, yeah, we're a little more Cape May oriented, you know what I mean? Or Long Beach Island or stuff like that. But Frank Trillo, another Italiano.
Yeah, another Italian. I got a lot of
they love you, Frank.
Oh, well, listen, man. I really miss that Atlantic City has gone to the dogs.
I know. I miss seeing your show there.
I know, but wait till you see the show now. When you see the show now, it's not the big band show. This show is, I do have 5 horns, but I do all the songs. I do everything from Staying Alive, all the stuff from Rocky, and I do mix some big band stuff in between.
Oh, nice.
But I do all the stuff, Peace in Our Life, all the stuff from Staying Alive, Take You Back, everything.
Love that song.
Yeah, so it's a cool show, and through trial and error, we have learned to incorporate everything into the show, and so far it's done really, really well. We're just ecstatic about it, and I can't wait. I think we're getting close when this COVID nonsense stops. I mean,
I hope so.
I mean, no one's working. I mean, it's not like, it doesn't make me feel bad. Like, I've gone through periods where I didn't work, and I go, oh, gee, it's just me. And I go, well, no one's working.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So I don't feel too bad, but that's kind of where it's at. And I'm very happy these people are kind of posting their little things there.
Yeah, so many people checked in with us.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah. So many people were excited that you were coming on the show, man. I was getting so much great feedback. They said, we can't wait to see him. My friend Sal in Staten Island and his wife. I mean, so many people love you, man. It's amazing.
So I think, you saw me with Don Rickles. That was Don Rickles' 50th year in show business anniversary. I used to open for him a lot. And then I played Trump Plaza, headline there with David Brenner, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a residency at Trump Castle for like a month. And that was just awesome, man. That was the only kind of nightclub on
right,
casinos. And it was great. I love the characters that come in. Hey, yo, Frank, I'm from Philly. How you doing? Yeah,
that's great.
Or you get, hey, yeah, I'm from Chanton. So I mean, it was very nice to hear those accents after a while.
Wow.
I mean, because you lose it, you lose your ears. But I remember all these hot-looking girls. If you took their beautiful face away, and listened to them. Hey, yo, Frank, are you coming down Chanton? Philadelphia, where they can't say L's. Hey, yo, you going down Philly with Billy and Sally and but you don't think. When you're a young guy, you could care what they sound like, so what they look like.
That right.
Yeah. So if you like take the face away, and just play the recording, it's like a total buzzkill.
Yeah, and I love in the film, man. Every time you get knocked down, you get back up, and we have a lot in common with that. Because I do the same thing.
Well, you have to. I mean, the thing is, it's do or die. I mean, at that point, Jimmy, I had invested so much of my life into this. There was no going back. I had no other skills. So it was same thing with my brother. We didn't have like skills like college. We could get like a real job. That's why almost everyone in the band has like kind of quit and became normal. Now they're bored. They went like this. We should have stayed with you. I said, yeah, but looking at your life, you should have, because a lot of them aren't too happy. It's but I stuck with it. I loved it. I don't think I'd change anything. I may have changed a few things, but you can't look back in anger, because you know what? I'm healthy. I'm 70 years old.
You look great, man.
I feel good. And my mother, God rest her soul, made it a month short of 99 and wasn't sick a day. Still drove.
Amazing.
But she still drove. I said, it doesn't matter. She couldn't drive at 30. What's the big deal?
Right.
59 years later. She was always a terrible driver. Oh. And so I've lost 7 people in the movie so far.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people. But that's the circle of life. But here's the main thing. There will live on in immortality. After everyone's gone, that film somewhere will be around.
Yes, go. Absolutely. Yeah.
Some of my films haunt me, though, because a lot of these, I've done interviews in the movies I thought no one would ever see. Hey, man, Terror in Beverly Hills. I go, oh, God. 77 movies, 70 of them sucked, okay? 70 were the good ones. But now they've become like these culty movies.
Yeah.
Well, look at the Barfly and Tombstone. Pretty good.
Yeah, there's 2 good ones.
Yeah.
Hudson Hawk is a good one. Fred Claus is a good one. Tombstone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what else. Fear. Public Enemy. That's a pretty bad track record out of 70s. But I'm not alone. But look, I mean, I could have done the Return to Frogtown, which would have been really bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's what's happened. I've been doing some of these shows, and there's guys, these film nerds, and they're really into bad movies. It's kind of like a hip thing. So now it's become like a badge of courage. All right, I did it. It sucked. What do you want from me? Yeah,
Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I know you have to go.
Yeah,
and
thank you so much.
Hey,
please come back and hang out with us again.
Jimmy, anytime, and to all my friends in Hamilton and Chet that I say hello, miss them, and wish you both good. Love New York too. Both places can't beat.
Thanks.
Jersey, New York. Good. See you guys.
Tell Sly we said hello.
I will. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Take care, Frank.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming on.
You got it, man.
Thank you. Oh my God, what a show, Jimmy.
Yeah, great, man.
I mean, really, what a show.
Wow. So nice to have him on the show, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I hung out with him years ago down in Atlantic City. Of course, I had the mustache, so he didn't recognize me. But his shows are so great. If you ever get the chance to see Frank Stallone live, please do it. It's a great show. He's such a great performer. He's great with the audiences, and he's unbelievable with the music and playing the instruments. Check him out if you ever get a chance.
And I never knew he was from Hamilton. See, I never knew he was part of Trenton or Hamilton area because I grew up in the 60s. And he's talking about 67, 68, 69. Right. And, I was like 20 years under him. So I didn't know nothing about him.
Right. So, yeah, it's amazing. I had no idea that he lived in Trenton. I just learned something because I had no idea that he actually lived in New Jersey.
I didn't even get a chance to ask him about my aunt and uncle's place, the El Dorado, which was right in the middle of the burg and in Chambersburg. And,
right.
They had all them people in there, and my cousins probably even know him. I don't even know if they know him. They probably know him, but
yeah,
crazy stuff, man. It's like you
man.
never know where people are going to meet you or know where they're going to, know you from.
It's amazing, really, and it was so nice of him to come on and hang out with us and do the show. I really appreciate that he did that. Also, I just wanted, before we roll out, I want to do this PSA real quick. We got the St. Francis Community of Faith in Plainview, New York, has opened a food pantry. Anyone in need of food should contact my friend Ken Corbin. Again, the number you can call him at is 631-416-4308. Again, that number is 631-416-4308, or you can contact him at cfapli.net and complete the form. Let him know how many people are in your family. If you need food, the food pantry, St. Francis Community of Faith, my friend Pastor Ken Corbin. And also coming up on the show Monday, we're going to do it a little bit early. It's going to be, I believe, from 3 till 4. And we have Loretta Swit from MASH is going to hang out with us. How cool is that? I absolutely love MASH.
Me too. I'm an old MASH guy. I'm a MASH guy. Everybody that personality changes through MASH and everything. But now, what a great show. And I'm going to give a shout out to all the people that were out there that were commenting. Frank Trito, Jack Warwick, Allie Cat. She's actually was a musician. George Modica. All your friends. Tom Payton.
Oh, Tom Payton. Yeah, he's great.
Casaro. He's actually a friend of here.
Flora in Brooklyn. She checks in every week. Thank you, Flora. I really appreciate you listening. And she watches us on TV, which is awesome. And also Cindy, Lake Ronkonkoma. Thank you so much. My mom actually listens all the time. And Joanne and Canarsie. We have so many regular listeners, which is so awesome, and it amazes me sometimes the people that do listen to the show, who I find out listen to the show, which is amazing in itself. But I do appreciate it, and I do thank everyone for listening and watching us. I really appreciate it so much.
And I want to give a shout out to Freddie Tenor from the Wise Guys show, because
the Wise Guys.
Freddie's also working with us, and as you know, that his show is also on our HRTV network.
Sure.
And this show will be on there, and all the shows will be on there. So I'm really excited. I really am so excited.
Yes. And also, we're doing a Super Bowl show next week. I'm not sure of the day yet. I will keep you informed on my Facebook page. It's going to be either Wednesday or Thursday. And we have Marty Lyons from the New York Jets is going to be hanging out with us, and we may have a special guest I'm working on, including to hang out with Marty and us as well. So I'll let you know about that. But that's going to be a fun show, and I'll keep you informed about that Super Bowl show as well. So again, thanks for listening, Doc. What else you got?
Oh my God! Again, we just did I just posted this, and I just want to let people know, if you guys are interested in this, you know how to reach me. There's the email right there. We did 15 tickets, and one ticket got 3 numbers.
Wow.
Okay? So the idea is try to even the odds a little bit and try to get more tickets than I'm only buying 1 or 2 tickets, but with more people's money, I can buy more tickets. And the idea is, Jimmy, as we talked about, is not just to get tickets here in New Jersey, but get them in New York, get them in Philadelphia, get them in Pennsylvania, get them in different areas of the country. So it evens our odds. So, hey, I'll split $1 million with 300 people. I don't care.
Sounds cool.
It does not matter to me. What matters to me is, hey, everybody wins. Everybody gets something. And then we all share whatever. So I love that. Yeah, I love that. And I've got some new products coming out soon. Of course, the financial product I was telling you about, that'll blow your socks away.
I tell you, it blew me away when you told me about it, really.
I mean, the details on the Financially Fit program, that I call it, is unbelievable. But at the same time, I'll get you in touch with the guy that gets you in touch with this program. And when I tell you we're making millionaires out of people like that, we are. I just had my friend last night talk about it. He's definitely interested in doing it. And we're making a millionaire out of him in about, a few years. So
amazing. Very amazing.
And you can give it to your kids, and your kids can give it to the grandkids. And, it's just everybody wins in this. Nobody.
So how did they find out more information about this document? I mean, where did they find this information?
Email me right there. The details on Financially Fit program. Send me an email to my gbpent1@yahoo.com.
Okay.
And we can and here's the thing, like he says, everything is substantially different. Everybody's situation is different. So every program is going to be different. So we tailor the program to fit each individual. Okay. So it doesn't hurt the person, but it's something that they don't have to worry about ever. Because you never have to worry about a credit card again. You never have to worry about a low credit score. You never have to worry about going to a bank for a loan. You never have to go there and do this or do that. You don't have to crawl to anybody. Your friends, your family, your neighbors, none of it. Because you are your own bank. And it's not Bitcoin. It's not Bitcoin.
Okay? Wow. Okay.
So I'll give them all the details if they're interested. They can email me. Interested in the Mega Millions sweepstakes. That's good. We're also looking for advertisers on the HRTV network. You want to advertise on there? We're looking for them. So email me and just let it rip, man. We're knocking it out of the park.
I know we are. Also, if you want to be a sponsor for Celebrity Spotlight, we have deals. You can contact Doc G and he'll work it out for you.
Yeah, or I'll send it to Jimmy and let Jimmy handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking for sponsors. So if you want to be a sponsor on the show, and it's very reasonable, and it's a good way to get your name and your business out there. And plus you get to get mentioned with all these cool celebrities that we have on, which is pretty awesome. So definitely contact us.
So who we got coming up in the coming months, Jimmy? Because I'd like to give a rundown of people.
Okay, we got the Oak Ridge Boys, William Lee Golden, lead singer of the Oak Ridge Boys. He's coming on the show. We got Misty Roach. She used to be on Happy Days. She was the blonde girl who used to skate in the parking lot at Arnold's. She was also on Hee Haw, which was a great show. Right. She's going to be on the show. We have so many people. We have Randy Mantooth, who was John Gage from Emergency. He's going to celebrate the 49th anniversary of Emergency with us. We have Hal Linden, Barney Miller's coming up. We have the stars just keep on coming to the Jimmy Dale Celebrity Spotlight. They just want to hang out with us. That me and Doc. Yeah,
we love it.
We love it.
Thank you, brother. What a great show. I totally enjoyed this show more, and I hope you get to see the Bobby Rydell show, because that was even a great show too.
I did. I was checking out some of it. I'm going to check it out again. But Bobby is a great guy. I've met him several times, and DJ Danny, she's so good, Doc. Really, she's a natural at this. She is a natural interviewer. She's a natural Larry King. Really.
Yes, she is. All right, I'll talk to you later, Jimmy. Have a great weekend.
Okay, take care.
We'll see you Monday.
We'll see you Monday. Have a great day.
All right, bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.